Oh. The Hangout is live.
Should we tweet it?
Yeah. I'll put it out.
Wow. How do we tweet this?
Q&A.
Oh, yeah, let's open that.
Control room.
Yeah.
Okay. We've still got 0 viewers, which is weird.
Oh, we've got a whole 5,000 subscribers.
We'll tweet it out.
Tweet it out.
I mean, I'm not sure how you share the link. Oh, links. Oh, here we go. I'll do a little tweet. Live with Ophelia. Now, come join the fun.
Is that definitely the link?
I don't know. Let's see.
That's you.
Yeah. It is the link. It is the link. Oh, here we go.
Okay, the people still this is still part of it. So let's hey guys, skip to the middle.
Skip to the good bit. Dun, dun,
I mean, it's difficult to do it when no one's watching. Although I feel like it's not hard for us because we can just do what we just did there, but here instead.
We've got 0 viewers.
I think that's my favourite amount.
I want to get rid of that.
4 viewers.
Oh, hi guys.
Can we open the app?
Leave a comment.
Can we open the Q&A bit?
Yeah. Welcome to the
3 viewers, sure.
See, we had this trouble before.
What was the
feature
Q&A?
is disabled.
How do we make it? Can we get some sort of chat happening? Where's the chat hole? I'd like some chats. I want some
5 viewers.
Just
Hello, guys.
Tweet us.
That's almost a room full.
Just tweet us, to be honest, instead while we work out.
How do we?
I feel like these live viewers are just like, that's the number that YouTube lies to you about. It's just like, yeah, you've got 5. You haven't got anyone. That's just to make you feel better.
12 viewers.
That's too many, guys.
I've tweeted.
I need some of you to leave.
Chels will only perform to less than 10 people. That's one of her rules. So, hello, welcome to the live stream. I feel like we should start sort of explaining what it is that's happening here. We're in my flat. This is my flat, obviously. You recognise it, probably. This is Chels.
What are you doing? Have you put the table M&Ms back in the... Oh, no, it's fine. A lot of people who have watched my latest video have a problem with the fact that Jimmy's licking his fingers and putting them back in the crisp packet.
And you do that.
I don't do that.
You do that.
I do not.
You do.
How dare you? I don't do that, and I would never do that.
My argument is that I am only touching the crisp that I'm going to eat myself.
No, you're not, though.
I'm not fingering at the crisp.
You are fingering at the crisp.
I'm not licking and then going in and like mooching around.
No, because what's happening is you lick the finger and then you put it in and it touches the side of the packet.
And then
the saliva gets on the other crisps.
That's not true.
Can we get some sort of chat activated?
How are we activating the chat? Guys, bear with us. Thanks for joining us in this very exclusive live chat.
Yeah, I mean, that's why there's not many people. It's just exclusivity, guys.
Do I have to add an app? Chat. Here we go, chat.
We haven't got...
So,
chat.
Guys, if you can reply to this...
I don't think they can.
Then... do that.
I don't think they can.
Well,
we don't know how to better or worse.
Not much difference. It makes me look shinier.
No one's replying. Sure.
Have a little
so
chat.
Let's just have our own themes. Let's just.
If you can chat in the chat.
But you're not, so assuming. I mean, obviously there's a small lag. But I'm assuming you can't because there's no one else in the group.
And that is a melting pot.
So what were we talking about? We were talking about YouTuber responsibility.
We should do a live stream where we watch The Office, and it's like a watch along.
But not right now.
No, not right now.
So I just started with a question.
Yeah. Well, let's get to 100 first. Have you retweeted it?
I have retweeted it.
Okay.
So.
And that somebody's left. Why have you left?
That's probably the bit where you said we should watch The Office. Oh, 2 people. Good. We didn't want you anyway.
See you later. 38 views.
So, we were talking about YouTuber responsibility a minute ago, and we thought, let's live stream that. Jimmy, you just doing faces at yourself.
I'm trying to get the chat working, Chels.
We've lost so many views. Fine, let's just do that.
No, it's not. We're still on 38, so it doesn't matter.
Let's just get the chat working.
What showcase mean? What does showcase mean? I don't know what that means.
Someone's saying check your bloody comments. So maybe they're in the comments below the video. I don't think we can see those.
Oh, wow. Okay. I'll try that. Oh, we've gone down to 35 viewers.
I've been told that there is an enzyme in our saliva that will disintegrate the crisps.
Right.
In the interim.
Oh.
Hi, Phoenix. I feel like that's someone that you might know.
Oh, yeah. I know. Okay. 38. So it's that. Oh, we have had comments.
Oh, there's comments, guys. Okay.
I'm sorry, we didn't realise you were here. Of 12. Well, actually, it's more than that. It's 42. So don't.
Watch out, Alfie, because
that's
what's the life?
What's the
meaning of life?
What?
By the book. The 42 is the meaning of life.
Am I the only one here? No, Sam, you're not. You're not the only one here.
We are
Sam.
excited, Maximus. Okay, can we talk about YouTube responsibility, or are we not going to talk about that?
No, we'll talk about that.
I mean, comments aren't live.
And that's the trouble. I mean, I think we're running about 5 minutes behind on the live stream, but that's fine. You guys keep commenting. We can't get the Q&A working.
Don't matter.
Because that's disabled, apparently. Don't know how to. Can you Google how do you enable Q&A?
No, not during the live stream. I think that would be.
We've got 51 viewers.
That's too many.
That's.
I want to leave
half
now.
100.
That's all. So YouTube responsibility, like. With great power comes great responsibility, Spider-Man, and then this is part of a video we were talking about earlier. Eminem says, with great power comes no responsibility. And I'm like, Eminem sure says a lot of misogynistic stuff and a lot of homophobic stuff. Yeah, I'm saying that. And, he's cool with races because, he grew up in Detroit. So he's got that bit, that's fine. But I think he has a point. Just because he's got an audience all of a sudden, doesn't mean he has any responsibility to behave in a specific way.
Point is there that he never set out to reach a mass audience. His music doesn't necessarily, it's not innately got mass appeal. It's not like it's pop music. So he's saying, I am not going to change myself just because suddenly loads of people like me. I never set out to attract that kind of attention. So I'm just going to stay the same.
I feel especially
Is that a valid argument, though? Most YouTubers could say the same.
Well, I feel like with Eminem, probably the people that he listened to, and NWA and everything. I don't know who their audiences were, but I suspect it's a very different audience to the one that Eminem ultimately reached, which was teenage girls. It was a whole new audience to rap and hip hop when Eminem came out. I listened to Eminem when I was 12 and 13. And I didn't listen to any other rap or hip hop, and I wouldn't have done if it wasn't for Eminem. So suddenly, these messages that were from sort of that culture were hitting people suburban kids, which he talks about. So should he have a responsibility to them because he's tapped into that audience accidentally, or? But
it's not him who's tapped into it. I'm sure he would argue that he's just doing his thing, and people have found him.
Well, I mean, so could Sam Pepper, or not, because he did bad things, but anyone on YouTube saying that's touting inequality or like disgusting perspectives, surely they could say the same thing. I'm just saying what I think.
Yeah, and a lot of them do. If you look a lot at KSI, for example, he's quite sexist and quite homophobic in a lot of his videos. I don't know if he's changed now. I've not watched him for a while.
Well, we didn't really watch them before, did we?
No, but I've just summarized.
Well, that one.
Yeah, seen the one that everyone linked to. But I'm sure he would say that either started YouTube to like be moral and change the world, change people's opinion about stuff. He just was doing his thing and loads of people decided to watch him. So why should he change? I think that's one of the slightly tricky things about YouTube, because people think that the reason they watch them is because of these personality traits they had when they had only 100 viewers or less than that.
And it's very. But
I think it does change things when you get a big audience. Like, there are certain things that I would say in a video for my main channel.
Oh God, no. And that I would say in my real life. But and I mean, who is that protecting though? Is it for sort of like self-preservation? Is it so that you don't get like ripped apart on Tumblr, or like just like, because I think like you can say so many good things online and no one like really listens, but you say like one thing wrong and suddenly like you're the person that did this. I don't mean like if
I think that's the crux of it. I think that's the crux of it. When you say something that doesn't offend or that isn't particularly inflammatory, it kind of goes into the radar and goes unnoticed, or it seems like that from your point of view as the video maker, because you're quite used to getting positive comments on your videos because it's your subscribers who like you and who are invested in what you were doing. It's only when you do something that pisses people off that you seem to get a bit of a spite.
I think also,
but that shouldn't be a reason to like not feel as though saying a good thing can make an impact, because I think it still does. I think that you're just more immune to noticing it.
I mean, definitely. I think like also with your own, when you're doing something that only reaches your own audience, you know that they know you, so you can say something and they will take it the right way. Yeah. Like if it's sarcasm, they'll understand it. They get your sense of humor. But if something suddenly reaches a new audience for whatever reason, there's people coming in that don't get it, so to speak, even though it's not complicated. They're just not familiar with who you are. The same way as like if you tweet something, it's hard to sort of convey the tone with text. I think similarly, if someone meets for the first time, you're doing your sort of brand of humor. If they're unfamiliar with it, it can come across. AKA
Chels and Jim. I mean, we do that in normal life, and
people, but it's fine.
Always go down.
I think that when you say positive things, I think that it's often, people always say like, I'd rather have one to like help one person. Like even if only one person hears this and is affected by it, like it's still a good thing.
Yeah.
Which is true, and I agree with that. But then like if you say something accidentally offensive, I can't remember what Emma Blackery did the other day, but she went on a tweeting spree because she had said something.
It's about calling people thick.
I don't. It was something, or like an idiot or crazy, and she used one of the terms which Tumblr isn't very happy about. And she was like, I don't know. Like honestly, I'm ignorant about this because it's just not something that she's ever come across before. So why are you persecuting her? Just teach her nicely. You don't have to be. So similarly, when I made a feminist video about women on YouTube, and I said I'm a woman and have a vagina, I just got like quite a lot of hate from
people who identify as a woman but aren't.
Yeah, exactly. And it wasn't like, because I didn't script that video, I didn't plan it at all. It was just something stupid that I said on the spur of the moment. Like the whole thing was quite it was a stupid video, but I mean it had a valid point. I was still trying to have a good point.
Yeah.
And that was one throwaway comment that a lot of people jumped on, and I am not transphobic at all. I don't care what anyone is or does. I think everyone just do what you want. That's fine. Give a shit. It doesn't affect me. I wish you good luck. Yeah. Get on with it, you know? Who cares? But at the same time, I got all this stuff, and I was just like, look, guys, I'm really sorry. Like, had I have been aware of this a couple of years ago,
yeah,
like now I would be aware because like there's been a lot of stuff about it, but I think stuff like by accident and be genuinely not trying to be a cunt about it. Like when I said that, I wasn't like, you're only a woman if you have a vagina.
I think that says a lot more about Tumblr than it does about the video that you were making and the actual, the intention of it and the main sentiment that was there.
Like when Lily Allen made that parody of Robin Thicke and everyone said that she was racist.
Yeah, yeah.
It's difficult. It's especially difficult, I think, when someone's trying to do something for a positive reason and then you criticise them because they didn't cover.
I think often, like, it's a very valid argument. Like, we do have to be careful of the words we use and the terminology we use, because for the most part, like those kind of those terms are like wrapped up in like cultural and like society implications that like make it potentially harmful to some people. Like, so you do have to be a bit careful, but I don't think it should put people off trying to do a good thing, and I think that sometimes it maybe does.
Oh, definitely.
Which isn't a good thing. Like, you shouldn't ever be scared about speaking out because you don't really know what the current like thinking on Tumblr is about that subject. Or that topic.
I mean, Tumblr as a community has overreacted things wrongly. Like, there's a lot of instances. I mean, like, for example, Reddit has a lot of misogyny and is also a difficult community. There's always going to be people in the community that sort of make it seem like shit, but you can't judge a whole thing on like a few bad eggs. But like, Reddit has a subreddit that is taking the piss out of Tumblr, where people have taken things like too far.
Yeah.
And like, there's like, people have made jokes, and then like people have gone about themselves. I think there was someone called Anna. Yeah, there was a Tumblr post from someone called Anna, and they'd like hashtagged their own name, and they got loads of hate from it because they were suggesting they were voting anorexia. And she was just like, "That's my name, guys. Sorry, but that's my name." Stuff like that is just, it's such a scary place to be sometimes, like when you're judged by all these people just because you can.
We've got some comments.
Toby or Andrew, though, no one's answering Toby to that. Okay, someone's just said, "Who is the best Spider-Man, Toby Maguire or Andrew Garfield?" No one's going Toby Maguire to that question.
I actually only turned in to listen to some proper English, to be honest. Love ya.
Well, sorry about
quitting Quins. Hello, that's Sophie. She's a fan.
Very nice. Her profile picture.
Yeah. Just
got an email from Pinterest. Thanks.
We've got Pinterest boards with people who aren't me.
I don't have Pinterest. I don't know why they're in there.
Wow. I've got shared Pinterest with Charlie. So, sorry.
You know, I'm not good. Pinterest isn't something I'm going to get jealous about. What are you posting on there? Like knitting patterns?
No, interior design.
Yeah, stupid studio.
Mm-hmm.
Have fun doing that.
So, should you feel responsibility as a YouTuber with a big audience? I don't know. I don't have a big audience, to be honest. I think I'd feel different.
We still have, like, I feel like 10,000 people watching your video.
But I feel like I've been making videos for so long, and most of the people who watch my videos have been watching me for so many years, that they're thinking the same way as me. So I don't need to change any minds. It's not like I'm speaking to like just general public or a massive strength. They're people who are on my wavelength anyway. So it's kind of an easy sell for me if I want to talk about something that is slightly more cerebral or like discursive than like just a stupid tag video, the zombie tag or whatever. So yeah, it's a weird one. Like, it would be different if I was getting 2,000 strangers a month just coming to my channel from nowhere. But as you know, I'm losing subscribers. It's the opposite. I'm scaring people off. I'm getting old. I think what it is, I think a lot of people subscribed when I was younger and cuter and then just aren't interested now I'm old, which is quite sad, but it's life, isn't it?
I think, like, it's annoying it's like weird when you lose subscribers, but at the same time, like, I've been losing subscribers. Like, I know, like, for me, it's like slightly different because I had a 5-month break after getting about 2,000 new subscribers. So I'm like, those people just like, who the fuck is this? And then they're pissing off. And I don't care because they weren't going to stick around anyway. And like, that's the thing you always have to say. It's like, am I going to be pissed off about losing people that weren't going to watch videos?
Yeah.
Probably not. How do you feel about people who maybe a little bit like Shane Dawson or Jackmate, who started being controversial, but the bigger the audience, the more they've changed themselves? Like, how should they have been stay true to themselves, or do you think they were being controversial to get an audience?
I can definitely see how that would be tempting if you feel as though the people have come on board is because they want to see you have fairly generic views and be quite mainstream and like easy to very palatable, like easy to digest. Because when you get to that kind of level where you've got more than 100,000 subscribers, like the fact is it becomes quite a profitable thing. Like it makes you a lot of money, so it becomes a job. So I think for those guys it probably is like, do I stick with what I'm doing where maybe I feel more comfortable as a person but it's more risky on the business side, or do I just commit to this and sell out a little bit but get to give up my real job as a YouTuber?
Yeah.
So I can empathise with that totally.
The audience is about the brand deals.
Yeah, exactly.
And the brand
and I can totally sympathise with that, because like I would rather be a YouTuber than have to go and get a proper office job. And I know that unfortunately being a YouTuber really means that you do have to have mass appeal to an extent. But I think there are ways of doing it without completely selling out. I don't think you have to completely sacrifice everything you're really about just to make money. Like you can still retain those core values that you had when you started and make it a profitable thing.
Well, we haven't managed to do that though, have we? Is a thing. Like I don't know. There's not any massive YouTubers other than like perhaps the Vlogbrothers, etc., who I look at and I go, you've broken the YouTube mold. You've stayed true to yourself, and you've also been successful.
I think it was possible a few years ago. I think that Charlie would be a good example of somebody who has always been very, very protective of his brand and just very like thorough in ensuring that he is genuine and not deceiving or selling out to his audience. But I think it's not sustainable. I think because the site has changed, the ways of making money from it have also changed, and you can't really be like that now. You have to you have to do the deals with Nationwide or Crave or whoever it might be.
I mean, you don't know.
If you want to make it your job, you do.
Yeah, it's strange because
if you want to make money from it, if you want to be business minded and entrepreneurial,
but I feel like
you kind of have to take those brand deals.
That's not. It's strange because being a YouTuber obviously means a different thing now, because it does mean doing brand deals and doing sponsored videos, etc. But then there's still people like Rogers who makes fucking incredible content, is an incredible guy, really funny, really genuine, such a fucking sweet. He won't even put ads on his video. And he has like 500,000 subscribers, maybe more. And I feel like he's staying true to like old YouTube, but it's not for him. I don't think it's like a YouTube thing. It's just a personal, like, I'm going to make what I want to make. This is for me.
I think that people mythicize, I don't know if that's a word, but I'm going to stick with it. They romanticize. What old YouTube was. Old YouTube isn't really a thing. Like there's always been bitterness there. There's always been people feeling like there are others who make worse content than them, who are getting ahead because they've been featured by YouTube. That doesn't happen anymore. But like back in the day, channels would be featured and then overnight become famous and celebrities. So there's always been like a kind of a longing for fame and for success and a sense of unfairness. I don't think YouTube has ever really felt like a true meritocracy. It's never been that the truly great content has like shone through naturally. There's always had to be an underlying entrepreneurial drive or like brand drive. Like if you look at YouTubers who recently have done really, really well, they've done so because they've followed the playbook to the letter. They've done so because they've put a load of time into it and that they've been quite calculated in crafting a brand for themselves.
Or because channel flippers hold their hand and just gone, we're going to make you.
And this is what you need to do it.
And that's, I mean, like,
just fair enough. Like they're probably going to do really well out of it and make shitloads of money, but it's not how it was when YouTube first started.
Do you know what it's like? It's like 40s America. It's like the mom and pop stores are struggling against Walmart and sort of just massive corporations. And mom and pop stores are quite expensive, but they have heart and they're interesting. But the corporations are just easier to go along and digest all of their content. And that's what's happening on YouTube.
It's like that. And I think that also it comes back to the old adage, nobody owes you a free lunch. Like, no YouTuber deserves to earn a living from it, because anyone can do it and you can put any old shit on it. It's the people who fit into the current trends and who are focused on creating a good brand that will make money from it and will be profitable. It's your choice whether you want to go along with that and try and go down that route or not.
I find it very strange.
Don't feel as though like you should make money from it because you're doing something true to yourself and doing something moral.
It's very
That's
hard
not
to
how
predict,
capitalism
isn't it,
works.
No.
Like, YouTube is the most capitalist of the things. It's owned by fucking Google.
It's so hard.
You're selling a product. Essentially, when you make content on YouTube,
you're selling yourself as a product.
Yeah, and you're selling things around that. Be that the adverts next to your video or the brand deals that you're doing. That's why YouTube now favors videos that have longer watch time, because they can fucking throw more adverts at you. It's as simple as that. Like, what content will sell the most adverts? It's not about who they are, what they're doing.
It's like, I mean,
it's like pop music.
I find it strange because, like, you can't predict. I mean, you can predict to some extent who will do well. Just get, like, a cute teenage boy and then, like, pop him on and make him do all the challenges and teenage boy and make him do all the challenges and, like, not be controversial. Just, like, maybe even a bit stupid, actually. And he will do quite well. But then there are people who fit that mold to some degree, like Myles, for example. Myles is making some of the best videos on YouTube. He's a cute teenage boy, and he's smart, though, which could be a problem. And he's fucking hilarious. And why hasn't he just exploded? And he's got people like Tom Scar, people like Jack Howard, like all the influential YouTubers like Myles and have tweeted about him and subscribed to him, and yet it just hasn't.
I think it comes down to the volume of content. If you're only making a video a month, that's only certain adverts that can
what
be
about
sold
Julian
next
Smith,
to your
though?
video.
Like, people like Julian Smith don't make that many videos, and they have.
I guess you said about Tom Scar as well. Like, he doesn't make videos very often, but he's done really well out of it.
I don't think I've ever seen a Tom Scar video.
No, I've seen a couple.
Oh wait, did he do that?
No, it's not. I don't really feel like it's made for me. It's made for like teenage boys.
Oh yeah. I don't know. It's just weird who does well.
But if Myles was making videos 5 years ago, he
was
probably not 5 years ago.
Myles, he's been making them for ages. He's been making them for really, really long. Like, they're private, I think. But he's been on the platform a very long time.
I don't know. I don't really know, because when I started making YouTube videos, it was a different story to it is now, and nobody expected YouTube to get as big as it did. I can remember Charlie telling me that he wanted to not stay on at A level and go to college because he wanted to make YouTube his full-time job, and I thought he was a fucking idiot because of it. And at the same time, I quit YouTube to do university, and our lives ended up quite different because of that decision.
How do you think
your life
would have turned out differently? Do you think you would be a million plus subscriber channel right now?
I genuinely do.
No, I agree.
And that's not me being.
You were getting
smoked,
100, 200 views a video back in 2008.
Yeah.
When you quit.
Why
did you quit?
No, because imagine making YouTube videos at university. Like, I was having the best time. I felt like before I went to uni, my only real escape, my only real opportunity to connect with people on my wavelength was through YouTube. And then went to university and was suddenly exposed to a much larger social group. I found that same connection, but in real life. So I didn't feel the need for YouTube anymore.
But did you not go?
Because there was no way of making money from it at that really.
But you still had 200,000 people watching you, and it wasn't like you were making the short films. You were vlogging. You were just sitting in your bedroom having a vlog and getting 200,000 people like watching you, which is incredible, especially for 2008.
But I didn't care.
You must have known it would be a valuable content.
It had really run its course with me. I didn't feel like it gave me anything anymore, and I almost felt like a little bit of a fraud wanting to continue doing it, because I never wanted the fame from it. I never even really wanted to like do telly stuff.
I always assumed you wanted to do comedy.
TV. No, I didn't want to ever. I wanted to like. I don't know what I wanted to do. You know what it's like being from Midlands. You just sort of want to not be really.
You just want to get out of the Midlands.
Yeah, exactly. So I think at that point it felt like it wasn't something I needed to do as a person. To be completely honest, it was only really when I saw people making loads of money from it that I felt like I wanted to go back.
And you lost it?
Yeah.
I find it strange as well.
Well,
because
I mean, I still made a job. I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing now.
Oh God, no! But
without
I mean,
YouTube, it's
10,000 to 200,000.
Yeah, but the site has changed. The site changed. Like I was, if you look at the PJ, for example, like when I left YouTube, I was like, I had twice as many subscribers as he did.
Yeah.
So I would have had at least 1 million now.
Oh, definitely.
But that's life, isn't it? Don't ever stop doing that.
I find it so strange with you though as well, because you came back like so much harder than you were when you left, in HD, and then everyone's like, nah.
Yeah.
It's just not relatable anymore. It hasn't got like the emo hair.
That's the thing, though. That's the thing. I think people watching were like, "Oh, this is like so different to what we'd see on telly, or that we'd see anywhere else." And
you were also more PG, I think, because you couldn't talk about a lot of stuff or say a lot of stuff or like swear because of your job.
Yeah.
When you came back, you had to be slightly different. You'd obviously matured, so you were a lot sort of less flippant and like emo or whatever it is that teenagers have. And you were thin and you'd have a haircut.
When I came back,
I unsubscribed.
When I came back, I was living in London, and I needed to make some money from it. That was the thing. So that changed my attitude towards the whole thing. It was the first time I'd ever turned on the camera because I felt like I had to turn on the camera, rather than making a video because I had a really good idea and I was desperate to share it. And that was the real difference with me. And I think that happens to a lot of people. I actually don't think it was a funny thing. I think it was more that I had finally become comfortable with myself as a person. Whereas when I first started making YouTube, I wasn't really. It's a genuine thrill to see people comment on my videos saying, "You're really funny, like you seem like a nice person, like I like you." Which sounds pathetic to say it now as an adult, but at the time when I was a teenager, I felt like I was a little bit outsider at school, and I didn't have that many people who like kind of got me on a comedic level. Like I had friends, but it was still like, I don't know, I felt like I wasn't comfortable with myself as a person. I think that's quite common to a lot of YouTubers, and I think a lot of like quite successful YouTubers still haven't really felt that like in normal life. But I do, which is why I don't really.
I think it's really weird, like to hear. I think people say that. I don't think it's true of YouTubers now, because YouTubers now like Jack and Finn, who I assume probably had a lot of friends at school. But like,
I didn't have friends at school.
Yeah, I would have. But like, I watched videos back then.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh hey, me and him would be best friends. And also, like, I had a lot of friends at school, so it's weird for me to hear you go, "Oh, I didn't really like fit in," and like, so that's why I made videos. Because for me, like, we would have been friends, and we would have had all my friends.
Yeah.
And also, I obviously wanted to be your friend back then, and you weren't listening to any of my comments about how we should be friends.
Oh,
so
I blocked you. Yeah, I know what you mean. It was, I don't know if I really even appreciated it at the time. It's just something I sort of look back at now and think, well, that's why I got such a thrill from doing that. It's because I wanted some recognition, and I wanted like people to appreciate me, because I didn't really feel like I had that in real life. But now I do. I've got loads of friends, so it's a fucking chore. What's going on Twitter?
Someone's saying, I think it helps someone. It's TMC. Saying, unfortunately, I think it helps their popularity if the cute teenage boy is also a bit broken. No, because what about, like, Sam King? Like, he's not joking about something. He's just...
Yeah,
he's just like you got him free in a box of cereal, and then there he is.
Delicious. You know? Well, don't choke on him.
What do you think about YouTuber book deals? And then what about the people who seem to have always wanted to write a book but seem to have got a publishing deal for YouTube? Where do you draw the line, etc.? I think we talked about this.
I guess that's in reference to like Carrie, who's wrote her own book, and in contrast with Alfie, who's just put his name onto something that has been prepared for.
Onto blank pages.
I am not surprised by it. I mean, the thing with YouTube is there's a huge group of people there with huge audiences, massive audiences, but can't really capitalise on them, because the way in which you make YouTube money really is quite... There has to be like a chain of people involved so you don't profit yourself hugely. Like AdSense, YouTube are taking 50% of that off the bat, like before it even gets to your account.
Are they?
Yeah.
Well, it was like 15.
No, it's 50%.
49%. I don't even have AdSense anymore.
They're kind of following the model that pop music has now, in that like pop artists don't make a lot of money from music itself. It's more from other brand deals, calendars, books, albums, like photo albums, and live shows. And so I'm not surprised. It's just a money making thing. Like, they've got management who've said, you've got a lot of people there who invested in you, let's cash in on that. Which is why you've got things like the tour that like Alfie and celeb and that lot do. Can't think what it's called. Amity?
I don't know what you're talking about.
They do a tour, don't they?
A tour of what?
Like a live tour.
I don't follow any of them on Twitter or watching their videos. They don't exist to me, apart from the fact that I'm talking about them. I mean, like, for me, I hate, like, I have a book coming out next year, and the fact that I'm on YouTube and will inevitably talk about it in my videos, and the fact that everyone on YouTube has a book coming out now, makes me want to say to my publisher, let's not do it, because I don't want it to be a YouTube thing. I don't want people to go, oh, this is a YouTube book. It's not a fucking YouTube book. I wrote it before I even started YouTube. And I don't have enough subscribers to sell a book. Like, it's not going to make them any money. But people will still go, oh, it's a YouTube book. I don't want my book to be put next to fucking Pointless Book 2 in a fucking charity shop. So I'd just rather not fucking have a book now. I'm just gonna...
It's changed what a book is, really, I think.
It's shallow literature.
It's not comparable to what books were before Tanya Burr and that lot had books out. It's a way of making money, essentially. That's all it is. And I'm surprised that people, even
are willing to buy
children,
into it so severely.
Because it's just it's a way of making money. It's another kind of merchandise.
Yeah, it's merch. It's not a piece of content on its own.
No.
It's not art. It has no merit or value whatsoever in a lot of cases. Probably not in all cases. It's just like, here's a t-shirt, here's a wristband, here's a book. It's no different. It's not literature.
And I think that's the biggest change that has the biggest change in YouTube over the last 10 years is that now audiences aren't something to be gained just for an audience's sake for a larger platform. They're now very lucrative. If you've got, 1 million subscribers, you can make a hell of a lot of money out of that. Whereas when I started, that wasn't the case at all. It was impossible to make money from YouTube when I first started doing it.
Did you read the John Green speech from the YouTube anniversary bollocks, whatever it was? It was really good, actually. I think that he, like, how I was like saying, like, John Green, like, whatever. I don't love his books.
My new boss.
Loads, but he did a speech recently. It's like on Tumblr. It's doing really well. Where he's talking about advertising and how advertising is now a big part of YouTube, but advertisers are just hitting up people with massive audiences. But the future of advertising should be in communities, because if it's a smaller group of people, but it's a community, then they're going to have more of an emotional response to that brand. So if brands work with people that have connections with their audience, their audience is more likely to listen. It's not just like saying Alfie at the end of his video going, and then buy Red Bull. It's a community with someone that they trust going, hey, here's this thing. You know? And like John Green's talking about it, and he's made it really interesting to say, like, hey, this is the future of advertising. It's not just here's this or here's a clever way of doing it. It's investing in sort of a group of people.
Which is why I am really glad. I feel like the people who watch my videos are like quite sane and quite clever. That's maybe like just a really self-important thing to say, but I feel like they are. So I feel like when I do branded videos, they kind of recommend the branded video and like are fine with me doing that and don't feel like I talk about too much. Like I've always felt as though I am a bit of a weird sort of person for people to subscribe to and get on board with.
So, hey, do you want to pick up that name drop, Jimmy? I don't know what this is. I have no idea. I'm going to wee.
Go and have a wee, Chels. I feel nervous now. Chels is going to just on my own.
Let me shout at you from the loo.
Yeah, have a shout at me. I wish we could turn on comments within the live stream. I don't know how to do that. Whenever I click on the Q&A button, it says this feature is disabled, even though I'm obviously trying to enable it. But I'm sorry if I've sounded negative about everything. Like, I'm not at all. Like, I love that YouTube is still a big part of my life. It's just it's a weird landscape. Like, it's a weird thing to be a part of, especially when you know people who also do it as a job at different kind of levels. And you've done it for so long. Like, I've been doing it for like 7 years, 8 years now. That's mental. That's a huge amount of time, and I still really like it. But it's just a little bit weird. It's a little bit weird. What comments have you been leaving? I hardly ever read comments on some channels because they're so negative. It's ridiculous. This is a nice surprise. Thought I'd watch YouTube as the end of a good time. Here you are. Here we are, Bethan Mollington. We are right here. I'm glad that I'm also subscribed to Chels and Jim. You could have announced the live stream on your separate channels. No, this is Chels and Jim till we die. That's sort of a hashtag. Yes, Myles, my favourite YouTuber of all time. He's pretty good. He's pretty good. Jimmy, stop talking sad. Your videos are hilarious. Chelsea, I'm obsessed with how clever you are. Someone is obsessed with...
A lot of people are, guys. If you turn your tap on really fast, it shoots out of the sink and then water goes all over the bathroom.
So clever.
Just super clever with stuff like that.
Don't turn it on fast, Chels.
Well, I didn't know. I just wanted some pressure wash.
I'm going to have a Google on my phone of how...
Oh, well, don't have a Google.
You turn on a feature.
See, you know, we're not
37.
Have you been talking about this?
No, I haven't.
We've just made a video
tragic.
For what, Jimmy?
Yeah.
For Jimmy, where, you know, that new app that everyone's using, who gives a shit? It's like, oh, here's a picture of you, this is how old you are. Like, I don't... It's just, I feel like it's probably just an arbitrary number that they throw up. But Jimmy got told that he was in his 30s quite a lot, and he's been down about that ever since.
How old do you think I look? Don't answer.
I didn't!
Sam the Human.
I got 20, don't worry about it.
Is Stig watching? I feel nervous when
I've
Steve
got
is
a good rubber on my vagina.
I'd say vagina.
Well, I thought vagina was too explicit for this. So we covered, I mean, if you've got more topics, do them. We talked about, I don't think we did actually talk about the responsibility we have to an audience. We just sort of like veered off topic. I just find it really strange. I'd love to be able to just say whatever the fuck I wanted and people to know that it's just comedy. I think like as someone that like has an interest in comedy, it's very difficult because if you were doing it to a stand-up audience, they would just get it. They would go, oh, that's fine, don't worry about it. Like, this is comedy. I'm supposed
and for
to
a long time, I felt like because I was doing YouTube videos with jokes in, I would be able to do stand-up and people would laugh at it. But now I feel as though that probably isn't the case. But maybe that's just because I'm older now and a little bit more scared.
I think that people are more likely to laugh at stand-up because we can actually say what we want to say, though. Whereas on YouTube, you know it's a younger audience. The stand-up audience is expecting you to be slightly controversial for the sake of comedy, but YouTube, I think, is less forgiving in that respect. I think, like, obviously, you need to, if you're going to do controversial comedy, if it's going to involve sort of like racism or any of that stuff, it needs to be at the expense of the people who are racist or ignorant. It needs to be putting the spotlight on that person who's like a misogynist or whatever. But I think that satire doesn't always translate to a YouTube audience. And they sort of don't, like, a lot of people get it.
I'm not sure if I agree with that, because I think that it doesn't necessarily translate to the vocal, like, section of YouTube, like the people who leave comments.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But that isn't really a representative of the YouTube audience.
No, but one person will comment saying something, and then they'll all go, oh yeah, I've realised that, and they'll all like thumb it up or whatever. And that is a shame because it puts people off doing certain things because a lot of the, like I know, and I'll be like for example, recently Jazza started a series of videos saying, I'm voting for, and every day this week he's doing a different political party. He started off with UKIP and he lost 200 subscribers. It was very clear, I think, from the video. It said 1 out of 5 in the description, and obviously he's not voting for UKIP. That he wasn't going to vote for UKIP. But people commenting saying, I am shaking, I've been watching you for 5 years, you're my favourite YouTuber and you've done this, I'm unsubscribing immediately. Even if this is just, you know, a joke, or even if this is an experiment, I just don't think you should have started with UKIP. He had to start with UKIP to get that reaction, to have any sort of splash, to make his video relevant, to get people listening. And 200 people subscribed because he made this video, and then he made a video saying I'm voting green, and then he made a video saying, so you can't do that because one person gets angry and everyone going, oh, hold on, this is something we should be angry about. And obviously it's not everyone, there's loads of aware people. I watched Jazza's video on UKIP and I went, oh, that's a good idea, and then I clicked off of it. I didn't comment.
I think it's also an interesting one because it sort of throws up that thing of why do people subscribe to YouTube channels? I've only subscribed to about 60 YouTube channels and I've been doing YouTube for...
I'm subscribed to 60 YouTube channels.
Are you?
Yeah, exactly 60.
I'm subscribed to about 60.
So,
and we've been watching it for years.
Yeah. I used to be subscribed to more.
Did you?
Yeah, I've unsubscribed from a lot.
What made you unsubscribe?
I wasn't watching the videos.
Right. Well, I mean, I don't ever unsubscribe and I'm still only on about 60, and that's... I think it kind of exposes like the different motives for people actually watching YouTube videos. For me, it's become now I check my subscription feed and I look for my friends, like people who I know. But when I started YouTube, that wasn't like I watched YouTube because I wanted to find people who were like-minded, people who were like me. And I'm sure that's still like a big incentive for people who start watching YouTube. And people are into like your Emma Blackeries and your Dan Phils and those kind of guys who appeal to a very teenage audience.
I don't think like that's being a cunt. Like I don't think saying Emma Blackery appeals to a teenage audience is us being a cunt to Emma Blackery.
No, not at all.
What
in a negative way at all.
is a very it's a viable form of entertainment.
Yeah.
Like, that's not being disrespectful.
That wasn't a dig.
Like, she does what she does very well. It's just not aimed at us. I like Emma Blackery, actually. And I don't like a lot of people. And I haven't necessarily always liked Emma Blackery. I think a couple of years ago I wouldn't. But I think that she's matured a lot. I think that she's more self-aware in, like, a positive way, not in a sort of like a Jake way.
I think that she is, and I don't mean this in a negative way in at all, in any way. I think just like somebody who has found a big audience, has found acceptance, and has really got on board with that, and
I think
has been able to still like continue to communicate with that audience.
And I think that
which
for
is
her,
something that like is harder if you get older.
And I think that
which
for
is
her,
something that like is harder if you get older and do a real job.
She genuinely appreciates that, because I think that she probably wasn't accepted before. From what she says, like, I'm not assuming that she was just like had a bad time. Like, she says that, and I think that she genuinely appreciates her audience. I think when she first got it, maybe to cope with that, which is understandable. She is a lot older now. She's getting more mature. She's still she's apologising for like how she used to be. I think actually Emma Blackery used to be someone that I would be like, what? This shouldn't have happened. Why has she got such a large audience? And now sometimes I think, actually, I would quite like to have a drink with her. And I could say some stuff to her, and she would go, oh yeah, I really get that. I don't think she could teach me anything, obviously. But I think, like, she would... I mean, we're not going to hang out all the time. Because she has friends...
I can put you in touch if you want.
I'm just saying, like, I'll go for a drink with her. I don't think I would be annoyed by her.
Yeah.
Whereas...
No, she's nice. I've met her. I've worked with her. She's a lovely girl. Like, she's very nice. I think she's somebody who actually is quite shy and, like, doesn't find it easier to like, socialise with people in a...
I think
like,
it's like a lot of
which
time.
is like a lot of YouTube. It's like fucking
Charlie.
And there's Chris is like, I love him so much. He's one of my favourite people in the world. He's brilliant. He's hilarious. A lovely guy, intelligent. But he's not like, he doesn't really like hanging out with people that much. He's not like, considering his sort of his fame, it doesn't mean that he's like good at being with people.
He is,
but he's like, he doesn't like it.
He just doesn't want to.
He doesn't like it. Yeah, that's true. Like, he's not antisocial. He doesn't like it.
No, like, he's always... I think, like, Chris is very good at making people feel good about themselves. Like, whenever I've spoken to Chris, he has made me feel like he's genuinely listening to me, which I think is quite rare. Like, we talk over each other all the time, but, like, we don't need to pretend we're listening to each other because we're saying the same thing anyway. We know we're agreeing, we've known each other, like, we've had too many conversations. Yeah. But, like, with Chris, he just, like, genuinely, he nods loads, he looks you in the eye, and he makes you feel like... And sometimes it's disconcerting, because a lot of the time I'm just spewing shit, and I'll be spewing shit at Chris, and Chris will be going, yeah. And I'm like, no, this isn't worth this attention. Like, and I just stop talking because I'm like, sorry, I'm wasting your time because you're actually listening. I feel now there are 96 people. Yeah. Whereas when I'm talking to you, I know you're thinking of the next joke. Yeah. So I'm like, I don't care what I'm saying. Jimmy's just trying to think of something funny to say.
It's true.
But so Chris is good at socialising. He just doesn't want to.
He just doesn't want to do it.
Whereas I feel like other people, maybe like Charlie,
don't.
Oh, maybe he doesn't want to either, but like he's very quiet in social situations. Very nice, super sweet, really nice.
And I think that again is one of the reasons that a lot of like our generation of YouTubers got into it. Is because we didn't really feel like we could like have a real life, and we found socialising a little bit difficult, or found like we found it hard to find a group of people who us. I think that was the big thing with me. Like, I had lots of friends at school, but I didn't really feel as though they got me or as if I really connected with them. Whereas with YouTube, suddenly it was this space where there's a load of people making videos, performing, doing comedy, and I
That's also not true.
What do you mean?
Oh, it's not true now.
That's not true now.
Because
I would never, but if I was a teenager now, I don't think YouTube is a space that would appeal to me. Because I'd look at YouTube and I'd see people like Alfie, Ollie White, Casper, the others, and I'd think, oh no, there is all like cute boys doing really generic content. That's the opposite of wanting to be a part of. When I started YouTube, it was all fucking freaks.
But even so, though, like.
But it was freaks getting attention. The freaks became cool on YouTube when I started doing it.
Like when I started YouTube, I don't know how it's going to sound, but when I started YouTube, I just assumed that people would like me because they always have, right? And it's always been in a sort of situation where I'm talking to people, like, so I can know what they want me to say. Whereas YouTube is different because you're talking to a whole range of different people that want to judge a situation. So I just thought, well, everyone will like me because they always have, which sounds like a nasty thing to say, but that's genuinely, like, I was like...
Also with YouTube, you're filming something and you'll watch back and you're editing it. So you know that what you're putting up is funny, or if it's got jokes in it, you know that the jokes work because you've recorded it.
Yeah, but I mean, YouTube doesn't necessarily champion talent in that sense, does it? But, like... And then you were saying, like, so I started YouTube because I wanted to be a part of, like, I wanted to meet people like you, I wanted to be a part of the community. And then what happened was I met a lot of the community and I realised these people have no more in common with me than the people I already knew. I was mistaken about that. Because of their videos, I assumed they were interesting, or I assumed they were a certain way.
The thing is, Chels, you started doing it in a time when YouTube with each other.
Yeah, I want to be part
was a lot more direct. But when I started doing it, like, you chat on Skype, but you wouldn't see each other in real life.
No.
It was a couple of years before I went to my first real YouTube gathering, and that was quite an exciting thing because it's like, oh shit, I'm meeting these people in real life. This is a bit weird.
Yeah, and like...
I never hung out with them.
I mean, a little bit.
I didn't.
You meet up with, like, PJ?
No.
Uh-oh.
The first time I met PJ was when I came back to you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
On your channel?
Yeah.
My most hated video on YouTube.
Because at the time, I had those more subscribers than him. And it was like, oh, let's think of this cool, like, this idea. And yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like you think, oh, I'll be friends, or you watch YouTubers and you think, I'll be friends with that person. I could be friends with this person. And, like, I guess I joined at a time when the community is very close now, as we've discussed. Like, everyone knows each other, from, like, the smallest person to PewDiePie, like, in England. So it's very easy for me to suddenly meet everybody, and I've met so many people, and you like them for a bit, and then you're like, nah, I don't, and, like, the people...
I think that's partly, though, a product of YouTube itself and the way it's changing. Like, I probably shouldn't say, you know, he used to
Who? Oh, yeah.
We'd hang out quite a lot. Like, he would want to meet up with me, but then when he got more famous than me, he wasn't asked at all because, like, he had his own group of friends, which I guess.
But you say that because he still.
But I think it kind of is like the real motives people become part of the community. I don't think it's always that people want to make friends. I think that all the time people want to make money.
No, but with him, he's
and that's what's changed things. There's politics involved now because being friends with certain people gives you access to large audiences and, by extension, more money. Whereas when I started, that wasn't a thing. I was making YouTube videos for 3 years before the partnership program came in.
He still wanted to do a club with us. Like, he...
Only 3 years ago, though, Chels. He probably had about 10,000 more subscribers than I did.
No, but, like, he tried to befriend me.
Did he?
Yeah. I didn't know, like, I've never watched his videos. I didn't like him. He tried to befriend me. Someone that we knew in common was like, he really wants to meet you. I met him. I said to him, I don't like your content. But I liked him as a person. And we got on quite well for a little while until I stopped.
Introduced Chels to Jim.
Yeah.
Mistake.
Yeah, because then I'll see later. So I don't think that he is necessarily actually Or in some of his relationships, I think that he is more into some of his friendships because they have a lot more subscribers. But I think that he will also speak to people that he thinks that he will get on with. But I've met a lot of people from YouTube, assumed that I would be really good friends with, and realised that in real life, no, not so much. And it's very strange. It's like, it's not even like me and yours, because I didn't like respect them. I respected them, but I didn't like look up to them. It's like, oh, we probably get along. And we did, but it wasn't exciting. It wasn't no more than anyone else in my real life. And I think that that's the key thing to remember. Is like when you see someone's video, it's like a highlight of their life or them being like on top form. So when you watch that video and you're like, oh, we'd be friends. It's like, yeah, I'd be friends with the person from that video if they were like it 24/7, but no one can be that way. So I met a bunch of people from the community, and for a little while I was excited about that, like, oh man, and then I was like, no, I want to leave this place, and I'll just take the few people that I want with me. So like that's Jim, Myles. Is that just Jim and Myles? I mean, I was saying like who I wanted to take, like I met everyone in the community, and then I was just going to keep a few of you as friends, and like I got to you and Myles, and that was it.
I've never played Pokemon.
I haven't played Pokemon. We were too old for Pokemon. Like.
96 viewers. Let's get over 100.
Who have we've lost them though. Who have we had? Like you, Myles. I don't think it's just like some people have too few subscribers to count. Like I've met them because of YouTube, but they're not like YouTube community people.
I mean, I've met pretty much everyone.
Who would you keep?
It's a difficult one, isn't it? Because like if we go out for drinks with like Adam and Jazza, we'll have a really fun time.
Oh, yeah.
And like we know that we're gonna have a good night because it's Adam and Jazza.
Like I didn't watch Jazza though.
Yeah.
So like Jazza's just someone that
So it's weird.
Separately.
It goes the same for a lot of YouTubers. Like last year at Summer in the City, even though we both thought we were going to hate, we had an amazing time.
Oh my god, I love City.
Like it was the best day.
I was so happy.
Well, for a start, it was Chels and Jim being able to be Chels and Jim to a live audience. There's people who like
we trapped some children, and we were like, listen to us.
It's very easy to entertain 16-year-olds.
Yeah.
But also, like, I think everyone was on a bit of a high. Like, it's quite a weird experience.
We were drunk the whole time.
Yeah, we were really drunk. The weather was nice.
I love City. City last year was one of my favourite times.
Group of people I would want to hang out with all the time. Like, it kind of worked because it was this sort of
mishmash of personality.
Yeah, so it was like a festival type atmosphere, and everyone was where you knew it was like sort of a one-off thing. It was like Christmas,
and it was weird because everyone was like, "Wait, look, the people love us," and we were like, "Yeah, they love us too. We should hang out."
Yeah,
and then like for like a week afterwards, it was like, "Oh, I missed that. I missed."
Yeah, it was. I was genuinely quite low a couple of weeks after City, but it was only because we were basically showing off for 2 days.
But now thinking, I'm not going this year because I just hate the idea of it. Despite the fact that I had a lovely time last year.
I'm going.
I haven't got a ticket. I can't go.
I'm going.
I know you are.
You're going to do a meet and greet with me.
I can't. I haven't got a ticket.
You don't need a ticket to do a meet and greet. I don't have a ticket.
You're on the roster because of all the pedophiles. They've gone, oh, we've run out of people subscribing. Let's get Jim in.
It's Jim in.
He's never touched a child.
There's still time. What were we saying? Why did we get onto that?
Who would you keep as friends? Who would you keep as friends from the community? Like if we could start a commune, sort of an isolated commune from YouTube, who would we take?
I think I think of people as people now rather than as video makers. Like
yeah, of course.
Like I like Jazza, but I've not watched one of his videos for a good few years.
How much did you keep?
But as a friend, like I like him a lot. Like he's a really nice guy.
Oh, definitely.
And I think there's a lot of people who I feel like that about. I don't know. It's a weird one. I think that YouTube, by its very nature, is quite a solitary activity. So it's difficult to form friendships through it. And I've, like, because of my job, like, I've worked with a lot of YouTubers as well. Like, I've had to interview them. So I've interviewed, like, Carrie and Carrie. Oh.
Someone's did a little drawing.
That's nice. Give them a bit more hair, though.
Well,
I'm not.
If it's not there, don't lie about
Well,
it.
don't. Because we're both
Delaria.
receding.
False.
Have we got any comments on the...
Yeah, we'll just check some comments. Chat, but
I wish this was more of an open dialogue. It's us just ranting at you.
I don't like
so,
that.
Apologies.
What's the point in disliking a live stream, you arsehole? That's
One person is disliked. Jesus Christ.
That's another thing that I want to just mention quickly. You know we don't give a shit about dislikes, right? Like, as a YouTuber, I don't give a fuck. Like, I feel like people dislike it and go, ooh, like, that'll get to... No, we don't care.
Someone said Chris, ? Chris is one of my good friends in life.
We weren't talking about Chris when we were talking about someone that only talks to people with subscribers.
Chris is genuinely one of the nicest people.
Chris is a sweetheart.
He's lovely, and I love spending time with him. There's still time to teach a child. Well, that's not. I've not watched a live stream for such a long time. Listening to you two is so interesting.
Well, don't read compliments out loud. That's question. Do you think that YouTube should ban?
Still, Jimmy.
Do you think that YouTube should ban creators who are sexist, racist, say bad stuff, do bad stuff, and it? Yeah.
No, I don't think they should.
Well.
And I'll tell you why that is. Because YouTube it needs to have less editorial control and be more of a platform. I think that the way they change the algorithm and try and push certain people is wrong. I think that it should let it be as organic as possible in terms of the people who come through. Because that's what it was like when I first started.
I don't give a fuck. If you rank someone, you get your platform taken away.
No, but then if you start implementing rules, then it changes the...
I don't care. Don't rape. Take it away.
Well, yeah, don't rape. But then you'd hope that people who, like, if everyone says
that
person
people didn't rape anyway,
then they'd stop watching it. Which is exactly what has happened with Alex Sane. I love that it's happened. He's gone below a million subscribers.
He didn't rape.
He didn't rape.
That's not. I don't want to be illegal talking.
All right. He's gone below a million subscribers, and he's not getting very many views now.
I mean, he's a cunt. I don't want to pretend that I like him.
Which shows that, like, you know, if you are a twat, then you can't have this anymore.
But Sam Pepper...
Because it's based on your personality. If you're using your personality to make money for all YouTubers...
What about veeoneeye? He did a rape. He actually...
Did he? Oh, veeoneeye. I thought you meant people.
veeoneeye did an actual statutory rape, which is just rape. Don't put... People put statutory rape...
Yeah, it's just a rape.
veeoneeye did... And... He's still on the platform. He's bombing around America, having a great time. I'd love to be doing that. I haven't done a rape. I don't get to do that. Fucking take it away from him. I know that he did a rape. He raped one of my friends. That cunt deserves to have his channel deleted. I don't think there's any question about that. He needs to get back to the real world. He doesn't deserve against some young, impressionable women that he could also rape again. Or a tattoo. I want to keep that fucking thing off his arm with fire. I need to win.
Chels has gone for a wee. Chels, don't go. Don't leave me with them. There's 100 here. Hello.
97.
Let's read some more comments. Have a wee, Chels. Don't worry about it. I'll have a look at it. I've got some emails I need to respond and texts. Look at that. Oh, don't drop that. I'm just reading some emails. Sign meetings on Monday, so I have a meeting if you want to make money. It's only 8:30. It feels later than 8:30. It's still light outside. So just getting this little emails about it. Comment. So we don't know how to activate the Q&A feature in Google Hangout. So if you want to ask us something, just leave it in a comment below the video, because I'm refreshing that now. We've had 46 comments. says, I've never watched a live stream for such a long time. You two is so interesting. I'm glad you liked it, Mel. Lucy Seaton says, boy, we're bringing people to Chels.
I love being
Joy.
Joy to the world.
Emma98, we've answered that question about whether they should be allowed. Do you think YouTube should ban people? I just think if YouTube start banning people, it changes what it is.
I mean, like, obviously,
YouTube's about 24, which is good, because that's younger than both of us.
That's not aimed at me. So, essentially, where's the thing gone? Okay. Essentially, I was going to say something. Obviously, I guess YouTube banning people is the same as capital punishment. I.e., if you can't prove it, if you don't have definitive proof, some people get killed that don't deserve to get killed. There's been loads of people released from death sentences recently because they've realised that the prosecution was wrong. They've evidence has come up that says, oh, hey, you didn't do it, and that's a huge fucking issue. So, like, if you can't prove something's happened, you can't ban someone from the channel. But I guess that's the thing. Like, you would have to take it to the police to prove that this person, and people don't want to do that, which is fine. It's absolutely their decision. But there are definitely some people, like in the case of Jason, who said, oh yeah, I did rape her. He made a video about it. So maybe get rid of his channel because he just said I did a rape. Because if he said it, I believe him. You don't admit to a rape if you haven't done one, really.
Yeah.
Or if you do, then you've got other problems that probably shouldn't be talking to kids anyway.
Yeah. What's going on with his channel at the moment?
I don't know. I don't look at it.
I don't look at it.
I just need Sam Pepper to stop as well.
Is he still doing it?
He's got a hair going on that is almost as upsetting as his content. 2 people have disliked it.
I don't dislike it.
We don't care, guys. No one cares about it. It's not a thing. It's like walking past someone and then thinking something about them in your head to yourself. That doesn't affect them.
That's not like we get paid less.
We don't get paid for this.
No.
We get nothing. Well, we like it. And I couldn't give a fuck because I know I'm very happy with who I am.
Countdown. I'm happy with who I am now. You know that.
I know that. I'm fine with me.
Don't put cornrows in.
No, it's disgusting. Well, don't text me.
Who's that?
No, that's Harry.
No. Cornrows. How is he still getting this many views?
Well, he's got a lot of dislikes, but remember, it doesn't matter. Don't just dislike it. Don't watch it.
Just have a little.
Well, let's not watch your videos of our lives.
Well, this is the.
In this prank, strangers
well, annoying for everyone.
Hey guys, want to know how to make a lamp?
Look at the lamp we made today. We made these.
We made these.
If you want to know how to make your own.
Oh, it's hot now. Heat dawson.
If you want to see them, like this,
you can't see how good it is.
There's a filament where you can actually see the filament itself, like the shape of the filament, but like because of the camera you can't see it. But how to make a cool lamp on Jimmy's channel?
0.0. So we made a lamp today.
Oh, I can't see anything now.
That's blind. Don't look at it. We made a lamp. And we also did some other videos.
Most of the stuff in the other videos.
Oh no, we did an age video.
We did the age video. We did the action challenge. We talked about Robert Sheehan for about 40 minutes.
Yeah, I didn't know who he was until I saw him, but he's
someone who's then for 40 minutes,
isn't he? He's human.
So yeah, the video coming out on my channel soon where we sort of gush over Robert Sheehan. It's fine.
Not heterosexual over here.
But
both heterosexual.
Also, That's fine. Because we said stuff about people like that sort of thing.
What content?
We'll be like, no, we're fine with it. Why are you pouring that into the lid first?
To measure.
That's not a measurement. That's a lid.
Yeah, when they measure.
That's not a shot, right?
Yeah.
How did you go
It's like
in?
half shot.
No. You quarter shot.
Half shot.
Why did you go in for my fingernail poured in? That's
Yeah,
you were being stupid now.
Don't worry about it.
We've
We don't have any code left. That's
We've
what
lost 6 viewers since you started doing that. 7,
I
10
say
viewers.
you. Jesus Christ, come on, let's get over 100.
What did you say?
Guys, share it with your friends.
What did we say about 2 minutes ago that just lost 12 viewers?
I think you said something to it.
Oh shit, what was
I
that?
never said that.
Oh, I said it. Was I talking about the rate?
Guys, it's come down to what you say. It's co-friends.
All of a sudden, I feel like we did something. Was that because I had a wee?
No, we're not.
Was it when Jimmy was...
No.
Since he was on his own.
What?
Oh, now it's not. It's going up.
Carry on.
I just want some sort of chat active. Hold on. Why are we watching Sam Pepper and not our own video?
Because have we had comments?
I know. Oh, we've got 4 dislikes. We're just talking about all the dislikes. Yeah, fucking dislike it, baby.
Newest.
Oh. Oh, we said there's still time to touch a child.
I didn't say that. Who's texting Chels?
Ryan.
What's he saying?
Does look good though.
What's that?
See, Ryan's one of those people that is manipulative and an arsehole and shouldn't be allowed on the internet. But I'm still friends with him.
Why is he manipulative?
Well, let's not go into that. That's not even much on. There's not. Let's.
Ooh, I wish you had more Diet Coke.
Yeah. So. Yes.
I mean,
look how many viewers we lost all of a sudden.
77.
What did
Come
we
on,
say?
right?
No, because it's been consistent until about 2.
No, because
What
we've not
did we
been
say?
up until
Very
now.
recently?
We've been like saying controversial, interesting things.
No, because I feel like it's
I'll
quite
tweet it out
deliberate.
again. I'll retweet myself.
I feel like we said something that made people go away.
No, we didn't. Jimmy starts today.
I can talk about
she's talking.
who's fucking who if you want.
Go on.
I can talk about.
Who's fucking who? Come on, let's give some gossip now.
No, we
This will
can't.
get the viewers in.
We can't.
Come on, let's give some gossip.
We can't talk about any
Come
secret
on.
divorces.
Let's give some gossip.
We can't do that.
Why?
Hey guys, do you want to know who's fucking who?
Let's just copy this link and read it.
It's annoying. Hey Jim, who have you had sex with from YouTube?
Nobody. Should you coming out?
Jimmy.
That was a joke. I forgot the other 81 viewers. Well, don't make it. It was a joke. It was a joke. It was a joke. It was just a joke. And there's no Coke left. Should we go to the shop? Or...
That's fine, everybody. See, well, they're coming back now.
We've still got less than 100.
Yeah, did you tweet it?
I'm tweeting it
Okay.
now. I'm tweeting it.
So that's... Ooh.
I'm not.
Tweet.
She's not.
Everyone's fine.
She's not.
No one's
Dan and
anything.
Phil.
Oh, what are
Don't.
Dan and Phil doing?
It's too hot. It's not. It's showing that off. Why is that out?
I don't know. You got it out.
I didn't. It's just hot. So it's fine.
Everyone's fine.
Yeah,
Everyone's.
I smell that if you want.
Oh yeah, it does smell horrible. I hate it.
It's full.
That's
That's a £60 candle.
I'm just going to see if we've had any
Adsense.
questions in the last few seconds.
Hmm.
Ooh.
Tweet us.
We shouldn't be allowed to do it live stream. Too much. I don't know if it was only for me, but the stream was lagging a lot and I couldn't probably listen to you guys.
Good. That's the best.
Do you feel strange thinking about so many people in a personal life?
Did the sexual offenders on YouTube still get money from the platform? I think I remember Sam Pepper's management dropping him. I'm not sure if he raped someone, but he's an asshole nonetheless. Would he still be getting paid though? Yeah, he would.
Oh yeah, he'll still get ads. If there's ads on his videos, he'll still get access to that. It's just he won't have his management, which means he might get less premium ads or fewer brand deals.
That's not like when you apply to be a YouTube partner, that isn't based on any personal things. It's literally based on how many subscribers you've got. And if he's still got ads by his videos, then he'll still be making money. That's how it works.
It's as simple as that. Like, maybe not on the side of his videos, but like pre-rolls and stuff.
What's your opinion on age restriction on YouTube?
If it's lagging for you, can you leave a comment, please?
Strict, didn't she?
I'm sorry, I'm just very official and professional. Efficient.
What's going on with crabstickz? Like, crabstickz is fine.
It's him. He's doing his thing. Did you tweet?
I tweeted, yeah.
You didn't
I did.
tag me in it.
Oh, no, I didn't. Crabstickz is fine. I saw him last night.
Jimmy,
And he's a good guy. Like, he's a really nice guy.
We talked about him already.
He's fine. He just doesn't like YouTube anymore, really, because he's found that it's not made him happy, and he has got a lot of Dan and Phil's subscribers subscribe to him.
Oh.
Just because they think he's a cute boy with a fringe.
He is a cute boy with a fringe.
I know that. My nan's gone carvery without me, bitch.
Is that a comment or?
Yeah. I'm with Chels on this one. If you do something awful, your privileges are taken away. You shouldn't be allowed the platform.
Let's just do a quick refresh.
Comment, guys, because we don't have any other way of seeing your thoughts.
Well, there's less comments than there were when a minute ago. Who's deleted the laggy?
It's very laggy.
Oh. Oh, it's lagging. I don't know how to do anything about that without stopping and starting again.
You don't want to do that.
Oh, we won't. You'll not click on it if we do it. If we stop and start again.
Luke G.
Why are you clicking on him? Oh, he's watched Jermaine's back. How did you watch that while we were doing our live stream, Luke?
I mean, he's...
Do you ever see someone likes your video and then see what other videos they've liked and then go, that means nothing to me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quite a lot.
No, not talking about
not
you,
Luke G. Luke G, is that your face?
I
Lagging.
don't know how we
very
can't.
laggy, Paul T.
I mean, without refresh, like we can't refresh it without starting again. It's one of the hot topics.
Lagging stopped when I turned the light on.
Everyone turn the light on. It stopped lagging now. We did it, Jim.
It's kind of laggy. Somebody says 25 seconds ago. But then again, I have shoddy internet. Probably your fault.
You're like 4x4 pixels and your voice will sound like tinfoil being fed through his highway. Alright, keep on rocking.
Paul T hates it.
Look, Paul T, we can't be everyone's.
Audio is fine for Zoom, but it's sad.
I think we need to admit that it's your guys' internet.
What's Luke G? What's another topic?
So we've covered who's having sex with you.
We haven't. We wouldn't.
There's a lot of stuff. There's stuff, guys.
But people are people. There's a lot I don't want to share with
to be honest,
the public.
like, imagine your high school situation or like your uni situation. It's exactly the same on YouTube. Everyone has. I feel like, you know how there's like is it like Eskimo Brothers or something? What's it called when you fuck the same girl?
I don't know.
Well, on YouTube is somehow related by fucking the same girl.
Or everyone's 7 degrees.
6 degrees of separation. Well, I think it's even less than that because one girl has fucked everyone on YouTube.
Who? Oh yeah.
But also, like, even if you took her away out of the situation, I feel like you would.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, her. If you took both of those cunts out of the situation, actually both.
And...
Oh yeah, and him. Actually, my ex-boyfriend has, I think, fucked 2 of those 3 people.
Who? Oh, no.
Of course not. I mean, he probably has actually, because he's desperate for just people to like him.
Has he with?
Oh
well,
yeah.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, he's disgusting.
Where? Recently?
No.
Don't put that in there. Where's that gone? There it is. So don't ever communicate with any YouTubers apart from Chels and Jim.
We won't try and fuck you.
We'll probably hate you.
We will dislike you, but we won't try and fuck you. So, I mean, that's a step up.
Yeah, it is.
Well, you did, Jim. It's quite late for Jim.
I feel like to hybrid.
He needs to go hybrid Islington. We should, Jim.
Sorry.
They're all gonna watch. Who? I wish there
Who
was
should
like.
we expose?
That's what I was just thinking. I was like, I wish there was someone that we could expose where we wouldn't give a fuck because they deserve it.
Who do we hate? Well, that's a different question. Have you had any more comments? If you've got any questions for us before we go.
If you got a question, ask it now.
Ask it now in the comments below this video. I had 5 emails. We're doing a refresh.
Quick! No, they won't have asked it yet, will they?
Well,
because it's too soon.
Type it up. How have we gone from 58 to 53?
Guys, if you have a comment.
Every viewer is just thinking, who? In relation to what? Now that people like Zoella have become pretty well established on YouTube, do you think it'd be hard for new people to get recognised? What do you think the future of YouTube is? What do you think the future of YouTube is? I think it will continue to be quite. I don't know. I think that like Zoella is quite suited to the current face of YouTube because she's almost like a conventional celebrity.
Yeah.
And she's like been on
like a reality TV show celebrity.
Yeah. So I think that is what has worked for her. Whether that will continue, I don't know. I think what will change is that more people will become regular YouTube viewers. At the moment, it's mostly teenagers. So that has defined a lot of the content.
That's not going to change until the content changes. We're not going to get more adults watching. So the content becomes more for adults. We could watch about 2 channels on YouTube. Like I have 60 subscriptions, but I only watch Rooster Teeth. I barely watch anything. And people like me are going to go to YouTube and be like, nah. Anyway, because they're not going to be watching fucking Zoella or Jack and Dean or Dan and Phil. They're not going to be watching any of those people.
It's content for children.
It is, and like we're not going to get adult viewers until we make adult content. But people don't make adult content because there's not an adult audience. It's the anti. Stop doing our short film. It's like the anti chicken and egg situation.
Yeah. Next question.
I'll be like I haven't spoken to Deborah for a few days actually. What do you mean my Skype incompetence and offensive opinions? Yeah, I get the offensive opinions part, but my Skype incompetence has nothing to do with me. It's my computer. But yeah, I'll be streaming with Brad soon, probably. I'll
I
message
hate that
him
that
later.
happens.
What? That I stream with Brad?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's not me. Luke G says, "Yep, that's my face, and it's not laggy anymore." Wow.
Did you refresh, or are we not going into it? Oh, it's 13 seconds ago. Will you stop?
No, I'm not doing laggies. A movie with Keira Knightley. Good, bad, can't decide.
Is that real? Did you refresh?